Yesterday, RNC Chairman Michael Steele proposed a strategy for the Republican Party to appeal to youth and minority voters. He recommended that the party object to gay marriage on the basis of economic concerns rather than as a social issue. Specifically, he claimed that gay marriage would place a burden on small businesses that provide benefits for the spouses of employees. Steele said, quote, "Now all of a sudden I've got someone who wasn't a spouse before, that I had no responsibility for, who is now getting claimed as a spouse that I now have financial responsibility for. So how do I pay for that? Who pays for that? You just cost me money." End quote. Now, this objection doesn't actually present a case against gay marriage. If it's a problem that businesses will become financially responsible for someone who's now being claimed as a spouse, this already happens whenever an employee gets married, regardless of whether they're marrying a man or a woman. And if the cost of providing spousal benefits is bad for business, why should businesses extend benefits to any spouses? If Steele thinks it would be too expensive to offer benefits to the minority of spouses in same-sex marriages, why is it more tolerable to provide benefits for spouses in opposite marriages, which are far more numerous? If this has an adverse impact on businesses, why should we allow anyone to get married? There is no rational basis for making a distinction on the basis of sexuality. It's a totally arbitrary factor to take into consideration. If it's acceptable to preserve the profitability of business by excluding certain groups from the institution of marriage, they could just as easily ban black marriage or Catholic marriage. But that's not acceptable. Steele seems to think that your equality under the law as an American citizen can be disposed of if it gets in the way of business interests. He honestly believes we should deny you your rights if they aren't cost-effective. Well, I've got news for him. That is absolutely intolerable. It is a violation of human dignity, and we will not stand for it. Our civil liberties must never be sacrificed on the altar of profit. You cannot put a price on our freedom. And if Michael Steele thinks he can attract voters to the Republican Party by putting money ahead of their rights, I hope he fails, and I hope his party fails.